one of the world's major browser developers. Okay. Bold. I like it. Maybe like 5% market share. Ad revenue, search revenue, that's it. Are those the same thing, chat? I got a new 3-monitor setup here, by the way, so this is new monitor. I can't tell the difference, by the way. Like, this monitor is super expensive, but I don't even understand why. I don't know. Do you guys know? You can kind of see it. I can move stuff on here. So maybe I should move like picture nibbles on here or something. I'll go to the office later. All right, what are you, my boss? Get the F out of here. Don't talk to me like that. Yeah, maybe I'll throw some games on there and see. Yeah, it's OLED, it's this, it's that, I don't know. The guy told me it's really good. So, it's like $2,000. I don't know what it's good for, to be honest, but I'm supposed to be amazed by it. Doesn't feel that amazing. Well, it actually looks okay. It's really high res. It's like 6 million pixels by 4 million pixels. Can't see anything. It's too small. Okay, so anyway, it's 2.5 billion cap. That's a big company. Yeah, let's do Minecraft. Fuck it. I think most of the services are reporting the market cap wrong. Wrong, kitty. Wrong, you're gonna be eaten by Haitians. Wrong. You guys want to see Nibbles? You want something, Nibbles? Come on up. Come on up, say hi to the peoples. Yeah, come on up. You know how to jump up here. Oh, you little monkey. There's your little monkey. Oh, you little monkey. Look at the little monkey. There's your little monkey. Look at the little monkey. Here. Alright. That's enough of our little monkey. I've definitely traded Forex. Yeah, all the reports have the market cap at 1.2. I wonder if the ADR has a different ratio. That could be it. So we'll look into that in a second. Oh, yeah. All I have to do is read like literally one more sentence. These guys are really Norwegian. Frode Jacobsen. The Haitians are here, Kenny. No, I just let positions go to the ground, honestly. Like, I like Antilia. I'll be with it to the end. Looks like it's maybe not my best stock pick ever, but that's why I caution against taking any individual stock from anybody. Like, unless you can see their whole portfolio, you got to be pretty careful. It's like, you know, I made this liquidity stock pick 2 years ago, and it's gone up like 5x or something like that, 4x. And it was the first pick I made out of jail, and I wrote it up on Wall Street Bets. and that did really well. Nvidia's not done, Intellia's not done as well, but it's done very poorly, in fact. But you know, you gotta. Sometimes you. Okay, they have this investment in something called OPay, which I'm guessing is like Opera Pay or something. Yeah, I don't really do. Yeah, I hold losses forever in most cases. Yeah, I like a lot of different stocks. Hero, I've been streaming about it. One I like is Zoom, and then this other one called Tarsus. But yeah, if I say I like a stock, you shouldn't just run out and buy it. Obviously, give you some idea for your own portfolio. I mean, all this stuff's just getting started. You know, I don't do 1 week, 1 month picks. That doesn't really make sense to me. You know, you really have to have your ear to the ground to Wall Street to do that. I think it's quite hard. It would be. Yeah, Intel could be good. That's interesting. Maybe refresh. Okay, let's see. Wow, stock is at $4 2 years ago. I wonder how long they've been public. Yeah, Roctavian's fucking terrible. Looks like 2019. Yeah. Goodell's really going to be designed for professional investors. So, I mean, we want retail investors to be able to pay as little as possible and institutional investors to pay less than what's out there, but much more. So you'll kind of see like some pretty advanced functionality start to get developed, and then you have to sort of decide if you really want to pay for that. And it may not make sense unless you have a multi-million-dollar portfolio. Yeah, if you locked in a good price, good for you. I'll probably lose money in your account. Shut up, kitty. I said shut up. Yeah, if I get too many of those locked-in accounts, you guys are going to put me out of business. No, there's no such thing as a tech company that wants fewer users. Maybe Bloomberg. They're pretty stupid. It's not like it was when Mike was running the show. Oh, am I beefing with Bloomberg? I'm taking the beef to the next level. Taking it to the next level. I'm beefing on behalf of all of Wall Street. Everyone hates Bloomberg on Wall Street. It's a product you love to hate. 2-year contract. Get the... You trying to hear that? It's really toxic and not inclusive. Okay, so Opera's like a pretty traditional ad-based company, I think. Could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. Oh, poor kitty cat. There's no Haitians coming. I'm just kidding, kitty. I don't think that's very funny. They're gonna eat you. Oh no! Oh no, kitty stew. We can't afford to become like Venezuela, where cats and dogs are eaten out of necessity. And that's not a joke. I think the American cats and dogs being eaten is a joke. I don't think that's real. No, you can't eat nibbles. Get out of here. I'm not going to let him eat you. Oh, my baby. Oh, my little baby. She's just a little cream puff. That's right. That's right. Sorry, I talk to this cat like it's my child. I don't know if some of you guys do that too. Trading is different from research, right? These are not the same things. Well, trading tools are different from research tools. That's maybe the better way to say it. Bloomberg doesn't really do trading tools. They have something called Tradebook, but it's not really... not really what drives that business. It's more of a research tool and a communication tool to a smaller extent, in my opinion. Shut up, kitty. You're really yapping over there. Stop yapping. Broker, it depends. I mean, depends on what you're trying to do. Interact is pretty good. I'd say Interact is pretty good. But there's all kinds of brokers you may or may not need depending on what you're trying to do. Oh, they have a div. Okay. I don't think it'd be a very good president. I think it'd be good at internal affairs. I don't think it'd be very good at the external. The external part of the job is very important. What happened to Twitter? What do you mean? Okay, 4-second audio sync delay. That sounds right. Let me see if I can fix that. I changed some settings on Streamlabs just to... I don't know if it was sexier than Black Card, because it actually just pissed traders off because you have to log in with the damn card, and it was just frustrating. If you left the card at home or in your Hamptons house or wherever, you're shit out of luck to log you on to Bloomberg. And then you got to remember your password, and then you got to be on your desktop. It's just a fucking shit show. No DNA because it's good. Perceptive over here, very perceptive. This is Almir Bekarovich. Almir Bekarovich? I don't know how to say it exactly, but thank you. Good question. I'd like to exclude DNA and get closer to like a non-gap. But obviously I'm going to look at cash flow too. Got to look at both. Putting these in the wrong columns. These Norwegians pay their taxes. Shut up, kitty. I hear you. I hear you meowing out there. There she is. Yeah, rest in peace, Young Thug. We did a little tribute. I do look at macro sometimes, not often though. I do think you should consider depreciation sometimes. I mean, I think you should. You could put it in the income statement sometimes. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you're always looking at the cash flow statement too. Ma kitty, ma kitty. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so they did some really big capex. I don't know what the heck they bought, but they bought $20 million of capex at some point. Appreciate Elon's brain. Young Thug died today? Shut up. No fucking way. Impossible. He's on trial. Yeah, no. Stop capping, bro. Stop capping. I mean, He is a rapper and a gangbanger, and he's in prison. The chances he dies is not zero. We all gotta go someday, man. Yes, Kitty, I love you. Yes, I do. These guys have like a very normal CapEx pattern with like, just like very little maintenance, and just like one big spend here, probably some servers or something. My lifestyle. Lifestyle. Okay, they did buyback. I don't understand the difference between advertising revenue and search revenue. $313 million MAUs. Okay, that's important. Yeah, I was gonna say it's all ads at the end of the day. Shut up, Kitty. So growth on users is flat. Yeah, Kitty's got her monthly issue. She's losing it. It's remarkable how profitable they are, really, like, not simple. They don't bleed too much. It's Norwegian. Looks like Norwegian, but I don't know. It could be. I think it's registered in Norway. Haven't looked that deep yet. Okay. Shush, Kitty. Revenue growth 17% every quarter for the last 3 quarters. For a browser, it's kind of impressive. Browser users aren't growing though, and I expect they would decline over time as well. I guess people who like Opera like Opera. It's 300 million people. It's not a small number, but it's still a little bit. Okay. Check. I'm not muted. You got to check your system. All right. They capitalized. Look at that development expenditure. What the hell is that? Then you got capex. Now you got devex. The hell. Wish I could capitalize research costs. I missed that in the other. You guys see this chat? Do you see this? When have you ever seen that? Development expenditure? Is PP&E? Let's see, it's supposed to be property. Code is not property. That means real estate. Plant? No, it's not like a factory or equipment. Property, plant, and equipment. Okay. You say so. Seems a little weird to me. Must have missed it last time. Let me see here. Is it here too? Development expenditure. So is this like basically code that its useful value is over a year? That's kind of harebrained. Got this backwards as well. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if you say nonsense in my chat, you get timed out. You do it twice, you get a warning. You get 4 warnings, you get a long timeout. You get 5 long timeouts, you get banned. And reported. Cyber police. You're done. You're done now. And I have no sympathy. None. Okay, you want another timeout? Timeout! 1 minute timeout. My pronouns are he, him. I'm getting ready for Kamala's presidency. Everybody pick your pronouns. Get ready. Put them in your profiles. Play it safe. You don't want to be... You don't want to get in trouble with the boss. He, him. You got any questions? You ask he, him, alright? It's not a game. You trying to go to prison? Pick your fucking pronouns, alright, kid? Take it from me, it's not fun. Just pick the fucking words, alright? Nothing's gonna happen to you. Nobody's gonna laugh at you. It's not that big a deal. Unless you like jail. Oh, you don't think you're gonna go to jail? Oh, you're going to jail if you don't pick your pronouns. This shit's a problem. No, we didn't have pronouns in prison. Are you crazy? My lifestyle. My lifestyle. Yeah, prison doesn't play, man. They don't think this shit is funny. The BOP is extremely non-inclusive. There were a lot of trans prisoners though, but it didn't matter. We had to refer to them, at least in the program I was in, we had to refer to the trans prisoners by their new names, their transition names. And man, I had to teach some of these guys. A lot of guys are mad. They're like, I'm not fucking doing that. And I'm like, listen, man, Is it worth it to you to, in this program, you got a year off prison. It's like, is it really worth it to you to go home to your family a year late just because you have this mindset? He's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I ain't calling that person whatever the female name was. And in the jail system, where like you saw all the names, like you could see the other inmates' names, it was like Steven. But everyone they wanted everyone to call them, I forgot what the name was, Jill or something, right? It wasn't Jill, but I don't remember what the name was. Sophia, I don't know. And there were definitely guys that were just really upset about it. Destiny was the name. That's right. I'll never stop making fun of dude. It was just, it was just something that was a culture shock for a lot of these people. It was a little bit of a culture shock for me too. I mean, it's supposed to be all dudes in there. And obviously the California State Prison, I'm sure you guys know, experimented with having trans prisoners, and it didn't go well. Destiny, as in the cuck. Yes, we were talking about the same person. Yes, correct. Destiny's out at the club with his girl. Other dude comes in. He's like, hey, what are you doing with this loser? Why don't you come home with me? And Destiny goes, can I watch? Yeah, let's do this. The guy's like, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, there is a prison library. Oh, he's a bigger freak than that. No, we're not fucking friends. Get the hell out of here. He apparently did apologize to me, but it's 2 years too late, man. We had this beef over something 2 years ago. And then, but I still, like, knowing what I know now about him, I still wouldn't be his buddy. Even though I'm pretty open-minded. The guy's just so freaky. Anyway, we don't have to talk about Destiny. Nah, it wasn't fake. He basically said when I got hacked, he said that I did it myself to perpetrate my own crime. I think it was for a couple $100,000. My brother in Christ. If you know anything about me, that is not my goal. But it is what it is. Yeah, I didn't get hacked exactly. I actually kind of owned myself by downloading this torrent. That was really painful. So it's like a really terrible day. But I downloaded this torrent, and the torrent had this remote access Trojan, and it basically just wiped all the crypto off my hard drive. It was really, really surprising. I didn't know that those systems were made. Okay, so for the last, I don't know, what is this, 8 quarters, Opera's generated 17 million bucks in cash flow every quarter. It's pretty impressive. I lost 400,000, but the problem is it also tanked like my crypto project, so it's really bad. And yes, it was adult torrent. All right, so 17. Yeah, I understand it was. Yeah, exactly right. I understand it was. Wow, this is a cheap stock. I understand it was a stupid thing to do, but don't say that I engineered it myself. Like, call me an idiot. Fine, it was a mistake, but don't tell me that I did it to somehow own myself so that I can steal the money. Like, it's fucking crazy. Quantum computing? Why? Do you like that? You want more quantum? Really? Why? Doodliness, it was less about, like, I kind of knew it was a virus. The problem is that I didn't know that these viruses were optimized to take the crypto off your hard drive. I thought a lot of that stuff was encrypted as well. Live and learn. We actually did a lot of diligence on who it was and stuff like that, but it's impossible to catch these cyber criminals. But we reported it. A guy from one of the exchanges actually said he was investigating the same group. So there's a lot of evidence too, like pretty clear evidence that I could have just showed him, but he jumped out the window, as we say in prison, and he just said, "Oh, he probably did that to himself so he could steal the funds." I'm like, bruh, that's fighting words right there. Just for that, Playboy, I'ma fuck your girl. Who's that chick anyway? She's kind of hot. But knowing what she's done with dude, is kind of problematic. Here she doesn't look so great. Let's see. Ooh, look at this shit. She's pretty. She's definitely pretty. Would you call her hot? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's hot. That's it. AI. I definitely, just knowing what she's done with that man is enough to turn me off. Type of freak shit you into? I think she was sick of the freak stuff. Just want a normal sexual relationship. I like crazy. Let's push the envelope stuff. That's how you get auto asphyxiated. Asphyxiated? That's how that happens. That's how you end up like Charlie Sheen. Nasty. Crazy. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Fucking crazy. Nasty, crazy asshole. Yeah, David Carradine, exactly. Okay, so if you go back a little further, you do get some spottiness like here in Q1, and then going back to Q2 22, there's also a little bit of lack of earnings, but the growth has been really solid, and it's like, if they keep this level of cash flow growth, look at this chat. Oh, it's 15. If they keep this level of free cash flow, I mean, you're basically looking at 13 times earnings for a growing company. They're not going to grow their, I don't think they're going to grow their users. But I think they have like these other products, like they have this gaming thing apparently, which is kind of unique and interesting. Could be shitty, I don't know, but it's something. It's a growth effort. Oh, they actually declined. They actually declined in MAUs. That's probably why it's so ostensibly cheap. It's probably not actually cheap. D. Shaw versus Jane Street, two very different firms, both excellent, obviously. Oh, this guy Frode Jacobson, he's the CFO. He's not the CEO. I thought he was the CEO. All right, so let's read the Form 20F. This is the equivalent of a 10K for a foreign company. If you see a 20F, that's what that means. And I try not to comment on who I know or don't know. It's kind of personal, and I don't want to put anybody on the spot. You know, if they want to say they know me or they're friends with me, they can do that, you know? There's some people I can talk about that I can't. Like, it's publicly known that I have done business with them or whatever, and that's fine. But, you know, it's still a little bit sensitive, even 10 years later. Kind of crazy, huh? I have never done anything wrong in my goddamn life to deserve that kind of thing. I've done some things wrong in my life, there's no doubt about that, but... Okay, here's Kunlun. Kunlun owns more than 50%. Huh. Aha. Aha. Mm-hmm. Kunlun. In order to create and spread happiness, we are committed to creating the most cutting-edge entertainment and social media technology products in order to create and spread happiness. Sounds like so... Wiki loves women. Hashtag she said. I'm not going to do it in a Chinese accent. I think that would alienate some of my Chinese friends. This guy owns, I guess, half of Kunlun. Oh, and he's the chairman and CEO of Opera. They don't put his name in the press release, though. Motherfucker. This guy's cool as hell. VulcanNet for animations. And he worked at RenRen, which was a social media thing? Oh, RenRen went public? RENN? What the hell? Never heard of these guys. I never heard of you. Did they get delisted? Yeah, 2023. What the hell? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this shit. I don't use OctoML. I don't know. I think they have some good people. I think their business is like, I'm not sure what's going on with it, honestly. Kunlun owns 71%. And this guy owns 10.9. So basically, 82% of Opera is owned by the Chinese. And if you're a user of this browser, what are you thinking? Right? Oh yeah, I love the Chinese web browser. Shit. You can learn deep learning with textbooks. You can learn it by doing it yourself. There's lots of ways. I wouldn't say I'm the world's gift to deep learning yet. Okay, so this is a bit of a weird situation. They're growing revenue while decreasing users. That is something else. Okay, so they actually bought Opera Norway in 2016 for $575 million. I'm not sure that was the best investment because it's almost 10 years later and it's not worth a whole lot more than that. This is a tricky one. I don't know that I'd buy this, even though it's kind of attractive, just because they're dropping users. The China thing scares the crap out of me because it's a browser, which is like, I don't know, just sort of a fundamental. I gotta keep reading, but it kind of scares me a bit. I'm the faker of pharma investing. That's funny. College is kind of a scam. It depends. It really depends. Opera News, Opera Gaming. Okay, so mobile versus desktop browsers. Looks like it's somewhat popular in mobile. I want to see what the geographical breakdown is for their users. Okay, so ads is, oh, okay. So search is Google and ads is their own thing. That makes sense. $600,000 wallet users, so that's not going too great. They have a VPN as well. VPN's kind of a good idea, but again, do you trust the Chinese VPN? Looks like they're doing a bunch of payment stuff. Cayman Holdings Company. This is a hell of an org chart there. Or business chart or whatever. Interesting, really interesting company. Glad I took the time to look at it. Probably, look, at the right price, anything's a good investment, but and it looks attractive. It really does. It's just like not for me kind of thing. And as they, I guess, take people off Google and put them on their own platform, which looks like kind of what they're doing. Yeah, it's actually going to be higher margin, right? CCP on the board. Let's go. I mean, that might be a good thing. I hate to say it, it might be a good thing. It may not be so bad. I obviously don't like the CCP, but for the stock, listen. All I gotta do is wiggle their finger and say, 100 million more users, no problem. Yeah, this guy is allowed to breathe because Xi Jinping says he's allowed to breathe. I know Xi very well. I know these leaders very well. And they've just been bleeding users. They're at the top of their game. They're very smart people. They eat cats as well. Cooked up Chinese crap. Let's look at Oracle. Uncle Larry. So the browsers, I don't know, they're both dropping. It's hard to grow when you're fundamentally bleeding customers, right? It's like, then you really got to monetize the guys that are sticking with you. Makes it really difficult. You know, how much ARPU can you get out of each user? 50 cents a quarter? $1 a quarter? It depends on how many hours they spend in the browser a day. So if they have it installed and they use it monthly, yeah, they could still jack ARPU, I guess. Depends on where their users are based. Pretty fast revenue growth, I have to admit. Oh, indeed. There aren't enough black people in finance. I want more black culture in finance.
Every time I meet a black analyst or black PM, I'm always chilling with them. But a lot of the black guys in finance are, I mean, almost all of them. They're not the stereotype. They're like very educated and very cool. Bunch of nerds. Yeah, I hired a very nerdy black analyst, and he made our firm like $500 million. He was great. I love dude. He married a beautiful white girl. That guy's a beast. Yeah. In fact, one of the reasons I got into this big fight with my board and I ultimately ended up getting arrested was basically because I wanted to pay the guy a huge amount of money because he deserved it. But they didn't like that idea because they're old and talentless. Sucks to be old and talentless. I wouldn't buy that the Intel bottom is here just yet. Dude is 46. Board's half Chinese? No. Board is 62.5% Chinese. Demographic background, LGBTQ plus, 0. Non-binary, 0. Underrepresented in home country jurisdiction, 1. Sell, short, get me out of this stock. I'm done with this. It's over. All right, that's it for Opera. I like neutral, basically. It's sort of a cheap stock, but you have, user decline, so how much can revenue really grow? They seem actually somewhat innovative and smart, and kind of a well-run company. It didn't show where the MAUs are coming from. So that's a little sus. Is it a Chinese? Are most of the users in China? I wouldn't think so. But they say North America is a growth market for them. So what's the declining market? That must be where all the users are. It could be Europe. And all it takes is a country to ban them as well. All I gotta do is whisper in Trump's ear, hey, there's a web browser called Opera run by China. He's gonna be like, what? Why didn't I know about this? You're telling me this for the first time? What? Why am I first hearing about this from you? Why didn't JD tell me? You could buy the 5 puts for Cassava. That's kind of like the degen moon move. Like triple your money maybe, quadruple, if you're lucky. I just don't like to have to be lucky. I think the debate was whatever. I mean, I hate politics. They're both idiots. She seemed so fake and insincere, and he seemed kind of rambling, and I don't know. So there's almost nothing in China here. It's really funny. Like, you type China, nothing happens. I like how it says China excluding, for the purposes of this annual report only, Taiwan. Yeah, they don't really talk about like North America versus China MAU breaking out. Which one is which? Yeah, I should have searched for geography. Oh well, it's over. Let's go to a different company.